हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू टेस्टबुक सुपर कोचिंग फॉर रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज। कैसे आप सब लोग? दिस इज अ पीआईबी बेस्ड करंट अफेयर्स सेशन, जहां पे लास्ट वीक के इंपॉर्टेंट पीआईबीज के अराउंड हम लोग एमसीक्यूज डिस्कस करते हैं। साथ में न्यूज डिस्कशन भी यहाँ पे होता है। तो शुरू करेंगे, स्टार्ट करेंगे आज के हमारे इस लेक्चर को, आज के हमारे इस सेशन को। बट बिफोर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट दिस सेशन, बिफोर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट टुडेज लेक्चर, if you have any questions, any queries, any kind of doubts, so please put your questions, doubts, and queries into the comment section. So we'll start. PIB, Press Information Bureau, is really very important for the exam point of view. Recently IFSC exam was there, and when it comes to the IFSC's मेंस द पेपर 2, जहां पे जी आता है, जनरल अवेयरनेस आता है। सो कुछ क्वेश्चंस जो है वो डायरेक्टली पीआईबी बेस्ड देखने को मिले। वी एक्सपीरियंस फ्यू क्वेश्चंस व्हिच केम डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द प्रेस इंफॉर्मेशन ब्यूरो एंड सम क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द obviously economics in the banking and insurance part. So yes, there is a huge importance, as well as the phase 2 exam of RBI Grade B is coming. It will be this weekend, so yes, we can expect many questions in that particular exam also. So I will start with the session. I will initiate with the session once again. Very good evening to you all. Rather than wasting the time, we'll just initiate this. Yeah, before going to start this session, those who yet to subscribe our channel, please एक बार channel subscribe कर दीजिएगा. And if you like the video, तो like का भी बटन एक बार जरूर दबा दीजिएगा. चलो तो शुरू करते हैं. क्वेश्चन आंसर फॉर्म में हमारा डिस्कशन होगा. नियर अबाउट विल ट्राई टू कवर एज मेनी एज न्यूज वी कैन, पर नियर अबाउट 15 न्यूज का हमारा मेन फोकस होगा, जो लास्ट वीक में काफी न्यूज में चल रही थी. तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन मैं आपको दिखा देता हूं, एंड देन विल स्टार्ट विद डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर न्यूज. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन is very simple. Union cabinet announced a construction of the roads recently. So that is the news over here. The cabinet approved the construction of 2280 kilometer of roads in the border areas of which states with an investment of 4406 crore. This initiative aims to enhance the road connectivity and improve the facilities like water supply, health, education, and in these border areas, while also ensuring connectivity of the region with the rest of the highway network. So two border areas or two border states are in focus by the government of India, and the cabinet announced that. So cabinet की मीटिंग बहुत मैटर करेगी. Whenever there is a cabinet meeting, there will be a few announcements for the country. So two states are under consideration for the construction of roads in the border areas. 2280 kilometer is the construction kilometers, and how much amount they are going to spend is also mentioned. So the news is basically this one. So recently, Government of India, the cabinet announced the construction of roads in two states, Rajasthan as well as Punjab. Rajasthan and Punjab, these two states sharing borders with Pakistan. So in those border areas, what are the villages we have or the small cities we are having in the border areas, वहां पे proper roads construction की यहाँ पे बात की जा रही है. Whenever we talked about the border road construction, it is always comes under the authority of BRO, Border Road Organization. So that is the plan of Government of India. 2280 kilometers roads, 4406 kilometer of the 4406 crore rupees of investment will be there for the construction of this road, and main purpose is the road connectivity. This is not the part of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. No, because there can be a confusion. Sometimes students get confused एग्जैक्टली कौन सी स्कीम यहां पे रहेगी. सो नो प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना, नो रूरल डेवलपमेंट मिनिस्ट्री, एंड नो रोड एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्ट्री. इट कम्स अंडर द डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्रीज BRO, बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो आई विल शो यू, दिस इज द BRO which I was talking about. It comes under the Defense Ministry. It was created in 1960. Headquarters is in New Delhi, and Lieutenant General Raghu Srinivasan sir is the head of this authority. It's a very simple news. It's a very simple question for the exam point of view. Mostly we can experience this question in the phase 1 exams or the exams like IFSCA or some other exams which are related to the banking or the supervisory bodies. यहाँ पे एक question expected हमारे लिए रहेगा. Of course, not in the case of phase 2 of RBI Grade B, but for the other exams. So that's all about the simple and the straightforward news. We'll go to the answer. Of course, answer is Punjab and Rajasthan. These two states considered by the government of India. The next question or the next news itself, and the question is depending on that news. Which of the following statement regarding National Maritime Heritage Complex, which will be in Lothal, Gujarat? So three statements are there. Again, this was announced by the cabinet recently regarding the National Maritime Heritage Complex. The phase 1A is under implementation with more than 60% physical progress and is planned to be completed by 25. A separate society will be established to oversee the future phase of the governed by council under the Ministry of Port, Shipping, Inland Waterway. Phase 2 will be developed entirely through EPC mode without involving public-private partnership or land subleasing. So this was announced recently by the government. Yes, guys. So what can be the answer of this? इसका आंसर क्या बनेगा? एक बार कमेंट सेक्शन में डाल दीजिएगा. Hello. So yes, what can be the answer of this question? Hello, hello, hello. Now voice is okay or still low? Hello, 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 hello. I guess now voice is okay. Fine. So we'll go to the this particular news regarding the Lothal. We'll talk about that news once again. Yes. So the news is this: it was actually announced previously by the government of India that in Lothal, which is in Gujarat, we are going to create a national maritime heritage complex. So Port, Shipping, Inland Waterway Ministry is working on this complex. Obviously, Culture Ministry will be the part of this because we are going to create museums. We are going to create a different type of maritime infrastructure to attract the tourism in this specific area. Vietnam is also signed agreement with government of India so that we can develop this place in a better ways. So let's see what is government of India's plan. Basically, this concept was initiated in 2019. So this master plan was finalized in the March 2019, and then government of India started working on this particular program. So it was under Sagarmala scheme of government of India. Under Sagarmala, so whatever the port areas we have in our country, we need to develop that area. So under Sagarmala project, 2019 government of India decided to create this complex. Now, recently cabinet talked about the proper development in a phased manner. So two phases are there, phase 1 and the phase 2. Under phase 1, there are two sub phases. So phase 1A and phase 1B. So let's talk about this, what exactly government of India is going to do. So phase 1 will be completed by 2025, and there will be 6 galleries of this Maritime Heritage Museum. Then 1B consists of the lighthouse, and 8 more galleries will be created. That is another point mentioned by the government. And phase 2 will be on coastal state pavilions, Lothal city recreation, and Maritime Institute and hostel, and 4 theme-based parks will be created. So that is the main idea behind the overall development of this heritage museum or the heritage complex. So that's all. Again, India and Vietnam, like I have mentioned earlier, that these two countries are working for the development of this heritage complex, which we have planned in year 2019. Now we'll go to the question. This will be obviously development with the PPP model, public-private partnership will be there. Without involving PPP, we are not going to work. Obviously, public-private partnership is there, and by using PPP model, we are developing this particular concept. Either it's phase 1, either it's phase 2. Obviously, government will play the vital role, but private involvement is already there. CSR, corporate social responsibility, is also accepted in this particular program by the government of India. This is important for the infrastructure projects. This is important for the tourism culture as well as overall infrastructure development of the country. Yes, this kind of this kind of lectures will be important for the all types of exams where general awareness is very important. Either it's ECGC or it's RBI Grade B, NABARD, IFS, CA, or any kind of bank exam. So for every exam, this session will be really very crucial because the PIB related questions you can experience in all types of exams. So we'll move to the next point or the next question. The next question is, Union Cabinet has approved the continuation of universal supply of fortified rice under the various government schemes, including Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, for the period from which to which. So fortified rice basically addition of nutrition capacity into the rice is called fortification of the rice. Under the recommendation of FSSI, we do this fortification. So this fortified rice we usually provide under certain schemes of Government of India. For example, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. So now Government of India decided to extend this particular scheme. So let's talk about the scheme first. So recently this fortification was in news, and Government of India decided to extend it from the 24 till December 28. It will be extended. Not only Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, it will be also implemented through PM Poshan, Prime Minister's overreaching scheme for holistic nutrition. That will be also the part of this extension. First of all, let's talk about the fortification. So fortification is the process of adding nutrients to the food product they are not naturally present or in the insufficient amount. So when it comes to the rice is not having so many nutrients. For example, iron content, folic acid content, vitamin B12, these things are not there in rice, and many people are only depending on the rice, or they are only consuming rice. That's why FSSI, Food Safety Standard Authority of India, recommended this fortification, and we started doing that. So we are including these nutrients while polishing the this rice. So you can see, like according to FSSI, so iron content should be 28 mg. Then folic acid content should be there, and as well as vitamin B12 content is there. So if you consider the 1 kg of fortified rice, it should consist of iron, folic acid, and B12. The quantity is also mentioned. For the exam point of view, we need not to remember the quantity because they are not going to ask the question in that depth, but it is already mentioned, and this is given by the FSSI, Food Safety Standard Authority of India. Now, what is the use? When it comes to India, we have the huge number of anemic patients. We have the huge number of malnourishment. So, of course, such kind of nutrients will be helpful to reduce the malnourishment, to reduce the anemia. The anemia is the major focus over here. Recently, we celebrate the Poshan Maha, Nutrition Month in India, in the month of September. And one of the theme of Poshan Maha for this year was anemia, and that's why this will be really very important. So that's the case which is mentioned here. We'll talk about few things again. So WHO also discussed about this and also talked about especially pregnant women or the lactating mothers. For them, this will play a vital role, and it is already ensured by WHO that such kind of things will be really very helpful, really very worthy. Okay, now anemia mukt Bharat strategy we have, and for that purpose this will play a vital role. Again, we can see targeted public distribution system, other welfare scheme, integrated child development scheme, PM Poshan, earlier called as the midday meal scheme. So all these things will be benefited through this fortification till December 2028. Even after December 2028, we will continue with this, no doubt about that, because this policy is one of the best policy of Government of India and giving a very good results. So this is the PIB document which was mentioned here. You can see this is the PIB document. So from 19, it was actually originally introduced in 2019-20. 40 lakh metric tons of rice distributed from the 1920 till March 24. Now we extended it to July 24 to the December 28, and 17,082 crore allocated by Government of India. So budget amount is also mentioned. Then 100% funding by the central government, which is the most important point. No involvement of state government when it comes to the rice fortification, completely in the hands of central government. 80 crore citizens will be benefited. That is also the point which is mentioned by the Government of India. So again, this particular chart is going to attract many questions in the exam. Originally, scheme started in 1920. Now we extended to the December 28, and 100% funded by Government of India. 17,000 crore kept aside till the December 28 by the Government of India for this particular scheme. Okay. Now benefits की अगर बात करें 2022 में ICDS PM पोषण. In 23 we added another schemes like aspirational districts and the high stunting incidences. Then 24 we included almost all other schemes. So step by step we included multiple schemes under this fortification of rice. Okay. So now fortification, like I have mentioned, iron, folic acid as well as vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 for the nervous system, folic acid for the blood formation, fetal development, whereas iron against the anemia. So these three factors also mentioned by the Government of India. That's it. That will be enough for the exam point of view. So we'll go back to the presentation and we'll see the answer of this question. So answer is July 24 to December 28. Okay. There is another question on the same news. So let's go through this question. Read the question carefully and then answer. A multi-statement question is there. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the rice fortification? So yes guys, 1, 2 and 3. The initiative will provide fortified rice through schemes like Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, ICDS, PM Poshan across all states and UTs. Fortified rice will be enriched with micronutrients such as iron, folic acid, vitamin B12 as the FSSAI standards. And the initiative is partially funded by the state government with a phased approach for the completion by 28. If we'll read it carefully, this statement is wrong. The third statement is wrong because it is fully funded by Government of India, no partial funding by the state government. So answer of this question is 1 and 2 only. These two statements are absolutely right. Third statement is wrong because no involvement of central government, no involvement of state government is here, completely funded by the central government, which we have already discussed. The next question is very simple regarding Malabar exercise. Sometimes the students preparing for the regulatory body and the supervisory body, they tend to miss such kind of news or they are deliberately not reading about such kind of news. But for the phase 1 as well as for few exams where a 1-marker questions can be asked because it is very important exercise of Government of India. So talking about Malabar naval exercise. Malabar naval exercise recently started near Indian coast between India, USA, Japan and Australia. These 4 countries are involved over here. So we started this Malabar naval exercise recently for this year. Now it was originally started in 1992. Originally it was between India and USA only. Then eventually other 2 countries added into this particular exercise. Now Government of India is having one very beautiful program called as a Sagar, Security and Growth for All in the region. So basically Government of India is working on the Indian Ocean, is an Indian Ocean region where a small island countries are getting help from India. Not only defense angle but also humanitarian angle, if they want the medicines, food, drinking water, any kind of thing. So under Sagar policy, we are helping many island countries in the Indian Ocean region. That is a thing. Again, in 1992, it was completely for the defense purpose. Then Quad group was created. Quad consists of 4 countries, India, US, Japan and Australia. So this Malabar exercise is a part of the Quad group and that's why it's always in news. So the question was which edition? So 28th edition of Malabar exercise recently conducted or recently started between these 4 countries. Another question which is very easy, like I have already mentioned about that, in 1992 it was started between India and USA. Then eventually other 2 countries joined this Malabar naval exercise and the answer is Japan and Australia. Last year it was organized in Australian coast. This time it was organized in Indian coast. That will be more than enough for the exam point of view. We'll go to the next question and the next news at the same time. National E-Governance Division has announced the integration of which app with which of the following system to provide citizens with a seamless access to wide range of government services. So Government of India having one-stop solution for all government services and another policy of Government of India which is useful for the protection of documents or the verification of the documents. So these 2 things are coming together or merge by the Government of India. So let's talk about this. So government recently talked about these two things, DigiLocker as well as Umang. So these two things are now going to work with each other. That is the plan of government of India. DigiLocker is very famous, a document wallet to improve citizens, okay, empowerments of citizens. So whatever the documents are there, either your education documents or any other documents, which will be saved and verified under this particular system. Next, Umang. Umang is created for one-stop solution for all the government services. To get the information, to get the benefit of all government services, we started with the Umang. So that's the main focus over here. Now, when it comes to DigiLocker, we developed DigiLocker in year 2015 under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Purpose I have already mentioned to you, all types of government documents and its verification that it is a fake document or the true document will be automatically checked by the DigiLocker. Then we talked about the Umang. Umang's full form is Unified Mobile Application for New Age Governance. This concept was created in year 2017 again by the Ministry of Electronics Information Technology. Umang is a very famous concept these days. It was created in 17, but people are using it very well and it's providing all types of services through a single app. That's why government decided to join these two things. Both the things are really very important. So for any government service, for any government scheme, if you require documentation, the DigiLocker is already connected. So you can just click for the verification of the documents and DigiLocker will help to verify documents. So within few seconds, so everything around this Umang or any kind of policy will be benefited for the common people, and for that purpose it is there. Otherwise, what happens? We need to upload the document, then we need to stay like we are waiting for uploading of the document. Sometimes there is no internet connection, verification can get delayed. If DigiLocker is there, the documents are already uploaded, so वो बहुत टाइम बच जाएगा. दूसरा वेरिफिकेशन ऑलरेडी डन बाय द DigiLocker, so अलग से वेरिफिकेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, so टाइम काफी बच जाता है. And that's why this is announced by the government of India. So of course answer is Umang and DigiLocker. Remember one thing, the full form of Umang will be very important. Unified Mobile Application for New Age Governance is the full form of this concept. We'll go to the next question. Next question की तरफ जाते हैं. Which of the following statement regarding World Mental Health Day are correct? World Mental Health Day was in news recently, so questions can be asked. Again, this is very, very important. Under social issue, under the health scenario, ये question कई बार पूछा गया है. ठीक है? चलो ध्यान दीजिएगा. World Mental Health Day. World Mental Health Day is observed annually on the October 10, was initiated in 1992 by the World Federation of Mental Health. The theme of 24 mental health at work, focusing on the connection between mental health and the workplace. The theme highlights that only 20% of the global population is employed, making mental health in the workplace a relative minor concern. Answer of this question, first of all, theme की बात करेंगे. Mental health at work theme. 10th of October we are celebrating this day every year. That is another important factor for the exam point of view. Now we'll try to read the PIB around this. Yes. So Health and Family Welfare Ministry, they decided to celebrate this. So celebration of this was started in 1992 by the World Federation of Mental Health. They decided to celebrate this day. Mental health is actually a big issue this time, and many people are not thinking about it. The work pressure, workload is too much, and it is creating a toll on the mental health of many people. That's why very much in news. In India, we have telemanas. We have one concept called as a telemanas, a telephonic support for the mental health given by the NIMHANS, and that is started by Government of India during the COVID-19. So mental health at work are closely related. Then risk to workers' mental health, impact of on employees, the broader effect of on work and the society. So everything related to the work and its impact on the mental health is discussed in this. Even the first time Economic Survey 23-24 table the thing about the like I was talking about the mental health, so that is also mentioned in this economic survey. So question can be asked around because it is mentioned in the survey, so obviously question will be there. We'll talk about the answer. Answer is 1 and 2, but obvious third is wrong because थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग, पढ़ के समझ में आता है, इसके लिए पीआईबी का न्यूज नहीं भी पढ़ा होगा आपने तो भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये गलत स्टेटमेंट है. ग्लोबल पॉपुलेशन इज ओनली 20% इज एम्प्लॉयड एंड दैट्स व्हाई मेंटल हेल्थ इज नॉट अ माइनर, इज अ वेरी माइनर कंसर्न. अपने आप में एक रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पे मेंशन किया गया है. विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट. PM E-Drive scheme aimed at accelerating the adoption of electric vehicles in India was approved the cabinet with the financial outlay of how much crore? PM E-Drive comes under heavy industry ministry. This PM E-Drive was started for 2 years. 2 साल के लिए PM E-Drive को शुरू किया गया. इस मिशन की शुरुआत की गई है. So question is how much budget is being allocated? So we'll go to the PM E-Drive. So PM E-Drive, the eligibility, the 2-wheelers, 3-wheelers, E-ambulances and E-trucks, then E-buses. For this PM E-Drive started. So if you want to purchase E-2-wheelers, E-3-wheelers, E-ambulance, trucks as well as E-buses, then incentives will be provided by the government of India. Then charging infrastructure is also the focus of PM E-Drive. This PM E-Drive comes under the Ministry of Heavy Industry. Yes, Heavy Industry Ministry right now, Kumar Swamy is handling this ministry. So let's talk about the PM E-Drive in detail. We'll try to open the PIB document. I guess is not able to open it. Okay, fine, not an issue. So 10,900 crore budget is allocated by the government of India for the PM E-Drive. We'll go to the another question on the same news, on the same part. So read the statements and we will discuss some more pointers over here. Now, subsidies, demand incentives for E-2-wheelers, 3-wheelers, E-ambulance, trucks and the other EVs. The grants for capital asset funding for the acquisition of electric buses and establishment of charging stations. The private ownership incentives, exclusive incentive for individual purchasing EVs for personal use. So which of the above statements are correct? कौन से statements यहाँ पे correct बनेंगे? ये question यहाँ पे है. जी हाँ. So 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, none of the above. So answer of this question is 1 and 2. So private ownership incentives are not the part of this this particular thing. So 1 and 2 is the answer of this particular question. Okay, remember 4-wheelers not mentioned under the subsidy and the incentive criteria. 4-wheelers are not mentioned. 4-wheelers used for the personal use. Okay, they are not mentioned. 2-wheelers, 3-wheelers, ambulances, buses as well as e-truck is one of the major factor mentioned here by the government of India. The another question on the PM E-Drive, the scheme includes subsidy of the I guess electric 2-wheelers, electric 3-wheelers. The development of charging infrastructure is a key component of the PM E-Drive. The scheme does not provide any funding for electric buses or upgradation of the testing agency. So very simple to answer if we'll read the options carefully. So answer of this question is 1 and 2 again. The third point is wrong because it includes e-buses. It talks about the e-buses. So again answer is 1 and 2 for this question. Yes, we'll talk about the another question, and another question is Pradhan Mantri Atal Pension Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Atal Pension Yojana was started in the year 2015 and recently this Yojana completed a landmark enrollment, and that's why question will be asked. So question is there, Atal Pension Yojana has crossed how many crores with the enrollment of over how many lakh in the current financial year. So overall enrollment and the enrollment in this current year. So overall enrollment under Atal Pension Yojana crossed 7 crores. In 2015, we started this scheme. Atal Pension Yojana was majorly focusing on the unorganized sector so that they can get the pension. So 18 to 40 years of age group should enroll into this Atal Pension Yojana. The benefit they are going to get after the age of 60, minimum 1,000, maximum 5,000, and depending on the benefit and the age group, the annual premiums will be there, which was mentioned by the Finance Ministry. So let's talk about it. So in 9th of May 2015, we started this scheme. 9 years completed. Next year, we are going to complete the 10 years of this scheme. So more than 7 crore enrollments are there. 18 to 40 years is the age group in which you can enroll into this scheme, where you are going to get the benefit after the age of 60. The fixed income will be minimum 1000 and maximum 5000 after the age of 60. Now you can see the chart. This chart is talking about if I am at the age of 18 and I want 5000 rupees as a pension after the age of 60, then I need to contribute 210 rupees for this contribution, annual contribution. But obvious, for 1000, 42 rupees will be the annual contribution. If I am 40 years old and I want to enroll now, so for 1291 rupees will be the cost for annual, and 1454 will be the annual premium cost to get into this particular scheme. So very important scheme. So answer is the 7 crore we have crossed, and 56 lakh in the current financial year that is mentioned by the government of India. Again, this scheme comes under the finance ministry. Janadhan Yojana. Okay, after Janadhan Yojana, we launched this particular scheme, which is really very important. Okay, I'll go to the next news. Next news about a very good positive news for India. So WHO declared India successfully eliminated which of the following disease? So finally we achieved to eliminate one more disease from India. We know about India as a polio-free country. For 2025, we are targeting about the tuberculosis, but one particular disease is now eliminated from India from all the aspects, from all the criteria. So WHO gave the certification for that. So name of the disease is trachoma. We talked about the trachoma. Trachoma is a disease related to the eyes, and we successfully eliminated that. So WHO provided a certification regarding this elimination. Trachoma is basically this infectious disease. Chlamydia is the name of the bacteria due to which a trachoma is there, and trachoma creates irreversible blindness. So for that purpose, we worked really very hard. So let's talk about it. What efforts government of India took for this particular disease. So efforts started from 1963, National Trachoma Control Program, 1963. Then the program was renamed as National Program for Control of Blindness. It was the renaming of the program. In 1971, we started working on this. So if we'll see in 2017, basically we were achieved to remove infective trachoma, and now officially we removed all types of trachoma, either it's infective or it's a localized, everything. So that's a big achievement for the country. Obviously, to remove any kind of disease from the country, it takes time. It literally takes time. You have the better example over here. And a country like India, where population is so huge, there is a huge diversity as well as a big poverty and a big problem with the hygiene. In that country, obviously it takes too much time, but we successfully achieved to remove the trachoma. That's the case regarding this particular news. That's it. So answer is 2 for this particular question. We'll go to the next question. Which policy recently unveiled by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway aims to enhance the commuter experience by providing safe, pleasant and standardized service along the national highways? So Road and Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari Sahab recently announced this policy. This policy was actually proposed like few months back. Now officially it was announced, especially for the commuters who are traveling from the national highways, expressways. So they should get the better experience, proper facilities for refreshment, proper facilities for the hygiene process, as well as for other things. So with the help of PPP, Public-Private Partnership, Government of India implemented the new policy called as the Humsafar policy. So Humsafar is the name of the policy, and this policy is completely focusing on the commuters, especially from the national highways or the expressways mentioned by the Government of India. Okay, that's it. That will be more than enough for this particular news. So eco-friendly highway amenities is the major focus of Government of India. National Highway Authority of India is working for this policy. So answer of this question is 2. We'll go to the next question. The next question is a multi-statement question regarding India-UAE relationship. So recently, India-UAE high-level joint task force meeting was organized. The 12th meeting was organized. India-UAE, we are having a very good relation. We also signed the free trade agreement, and we recently had this meeting. So what were the outcomes of this meeting? The meeting discussed collaboration in food parks investments between India and UAE. Abu Dhabi Investment Authority will establish subsidiary at the GIFT City. the interlinking of the national payment platform UPI and ANI, which is from the UAE, was agreed upon to facilitate the seamless cross-border transactions. So let's discuss about this. This meeting was organized in Mumbai. So UAE's delegation was in Mumbai. Our Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal Sahab led this particular meeting, and the meeting was high-level joint task force on investment. So let's discuss what exactly they talked about. Basically, such meeting was started from year 2013, where we are talking about investments. Majorly, India is trying to attract the UAE investors in India so that there should be a proper FDI or even FII. So sector-wise, these discussions are happening since 2013. So this year, what we have discussed or what we have agreed on, the first thing, the food parks among the areas of greater collaboration. Food park is a major focus over here. We want to create the food corridors in India. That is a major pointer which is mentioned by Piyush Goyal Sahab, the first point. Second point, Abu Dhabi Investment Authority is going to open their branch in Gift City, Gujarat International Financial Tech City, and Invest India is going to open one of its office will be in UAE. So their authority is going to invest in Gift City. Our authority is going to open one office in UAE. Then the cross-border payment. So UPI and the ANI belongs to UAE. So cross-border payment, for that purpose, the agreement is being signed between these authorities. So answer is 1, 2, and 3. All the statements are absolutely correct when it comes to this question. Yes, question number 16. Iconic India Pavilion at Expo City in Dubai hosts the first overseas campus of which of the following? The institute is expected to move into the premise early 2025. Another Indian institution opening its campus in UAE. Okay, so this is a news, a big news. Nowadays we talked about the IITs opening their branches in different countries, but this is not the IIT. The institution is Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. Indian Institute of Foreign Trade comes under Commerce Ministry. Headquarters is in New Delhi. So they are opening there. One of the campus will be in Dubai. So let's talk about this institution. This institution was created in 1963. Comes under Commerce Ministry. It's an autonomous authority. Okay. And MBA, they are providing the MBA degrees, especially when it comes to the commerce and the international trade. So they are opening their branch in Dubai. That will be enough. So answer is IIFT. Let's go to the next point. Which of the following statement regarding the letter of engagement between NCERT and Amazon? NCERT and Amazon recently signed one agreement. So obviously Education Ministry is involved here. NCERT will triple its publications of books by publishing 15 crore books for the next academic session. The book will be made available at MRP across nearly 20,000 pin codes nationwide. The MOU will allow access to NCERT textbooks at discounted price on the e-commerce platform. Basically, Amazon will be helpful to provide these NCERT books to each and every areas of the country. Already urban areas and the bigger or the small areas, even the villages are having the Amazon support, but they are going to include more to 20,000 pin codes to provide these NCERT books. So it's very, very important. So Education Ministry signed this agreement with the Amazon. That's the agreement I was talking about. Dharmendra Pradhan, who is the Education Minister of India, was also present while signing this agreement. Before this agreement, Amazon signed one agreement with the Indian Post, because Amazon's network is not that strong in comparison with the Indian post offices. So post office will help Amazon for the logistical support. And then Amazon signed the agreement with the Education Ministry so that NCERT books can be provided easily to the students. So obviously postal department's logistics will help Amazon to achieve this particular target. So that's why both the news will be really very important. So that's the case regarding this particular. So 20,000 pin codes mentioned here by the government of India. NCERT, National Council of Education Research and Training, is the authority, comes under government of India. 1961 में इसको create किया गया. Dinesh Prasad Saklani sir is the director of this, and the president is the minister. Dharmendra Pradhan sir is the minister of NCERT. So answer of this question is 1 and 2 is the answer. Okay, that is the case regarding this particular news or this particular question. So yes guys, that's all from my side for the day. We need to stop here. I will provide the PDF of this particular discussion MCQs as well as the news discussion in our Telegram channel. So आप इसको follow कर सकते हैं. That's all from my side for the day. We'll see you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.